It's this time of the year when a lot of players get a game for Christmas, and we all know HUT this year is different and there is close to nothing in the game to help new players navigate their way of building their team. So today I decided, you know what, let's do a quick recap of everything what is new in Hockey Ultimate Team for all the new players and also talk about things we didn't know when we did all these videos when the game dropped. So for example, when we was doing all our ranking videos about the X Factors or hologram icons, we didn't really know who to pick, but now we are more educated and we also learn a lot from EA this year, so let's dive into it. First things first, this year there are no more weekly rewards in squad battles or in HUT rivals. Basically, there is really no point of playing rivals outside of XP, and you only play squad battles to gain XP and let's say complete your objectives. All the rewards this year are coming from the XP path, where if you play rivals, squad battles, wildcard and stuff like that, you will earn XP and then you will progress during the XP path and you will get a lot of rewards, and then you will get Victor Hedman or whoever is the card at the end once you complete it. There also are some bonus rewards like packs and collectibles you can use to trade them in, but that's another story. So once you open the game, you get yourself the free pack. You will get yourself one base icon and also one base X Factor. This year you cannot upgrade neither of those cards, so basically they will be just a fodder to make someone higher in the overall from the icons or X Factors. If you head over to the sets, you will see then we have X Factors and power up icon sets. The men's X Factor and also the hologram icon sets are quite expensive and will take you some time if you're not spending any money, but they are both actually doable and you can just earn a lot of rewards by grinding the game inside out like I do every single moment, every single objective, every single wildcard. We also know that the Series 2 X Factors are probably dropping today, and I'm hoping that the sets will look a little bit different. So what I'm expecting, the Series 1 was 38 cards and all of them are 75 plus overall cards. 75 plus overall cards are going for around 3,500 in the auction house, so you can just do the numbers and understand that it's quite expensive to get one base X Factor. And you need to do this set 8 times because we need 8 base X Factors. As you can see, we need to trade in 8 base X Factors and they cannot be the duplicates, so you need to basically collect every single one, and then you're trading this set in for a captain card. And again, you need 4 captains to get that X Factor McDavid, and then you need to do this set again and again and again, so you can just do again the numbers and understand how much resource and how much time it will take you to actually make the end goal Connor McDavid from Series 1. The reason I started with X Factors is just to give you understanding of how many cards you need to make one X Factor captain or just even Connor McDavid. So where do you get those cards from? Obviously you can go and buy them in the auction house, but I don't really think you will have a lot of coins at the beginning, so if you're not planning to spend any money, you need to start earning any 75 and above card. And unfortunately there is no better way to do that this year than going and playing moments. As you can see, with every single event, EA also release HUT moments, so if you complete all of them you get some coins, you get some fodder for that event, and thankfully EA is leaving all these moments here so you can go and replay them. So for people who are just picking up the game, there is a lot of moments to grind, and yes, it looks like it's a lot, but at the same time you will end up with a lot of cards. Just to give you some kind of perspective and idea, if you complete every single moment from prior events, you will earn yourself around 60k coins. Then I would highly recommend you complete these PWHL moments and also X Factor moments. The reason PWHL moments are important because you will get yourself 6 packs and every pack will give you 3 cards, so that's quite a lot of fodder if you are trying to build, let's say, Gretzky or Connor McDavid or Nikita Kucherov or whoever you want to chase. Because you don't have any players, it's important you complete the PWHL X Factor moment as well, because as you can see you have 6 moments which you need to complete, and to be honest some of them are quite difficult. Also, there is a tip: if you don't really want to play all of them, you can skip to the last moment and just complete the one which actually gives you the choice pack. And in that choice pack I would recommend you pick Alex Carpenter, because early in the game you really need someone who can win a lot of faceoffs, and Alex Carpenter also have a decent shot, so out of all those X Factors I would probably suggest you pick her. And if you're wondering how you can skip from moment 1 to moment 6 without actually playing all of them, it's quite simple. All you have to do is press arrow up and X if you're on PlayStation, and you can see then it gives you basically the moment you actually need to play. So the last one is for Alex Carpenter, and you can see then this is exactly the moment it's completed, and that's how you can skip them. And you can do that in every single moment if you really don't want to grind through all of them. But keep in mind, if you are skipping it, you're not earning those rewards, so if you really need these 78, 77, 75 or whatever overall cards, you unfortunately need to grind it. The next one are hologram moments, so not only you will receive some coins or some other cards, you also will receive a choice pack for a base icon. And in that choice pack, I personally would recommend you pick Rob Brindamore, because not only then he's fast, he can win you a lot of faceoffs. A lot of people are still using his card at 83 overall. Then the next one is X Factor moment, and again, if you complete all of them, you will get some fodder, some coins, you will get the 72s, which are pointless. You cannot really do anything with them, so I would not really recommend you go and grind it out. So what again I did here, I just basically skipped to the last one. I get myself one series player choice pack, I pick the X Factor I need, and that get me closer to the first captain. Then we have historic moments. We also have Tutu tutorial moments. And once you complete all of them, again, you don't really need to complete all of them, just get to the final tutorial moment. You see there is a daily hat-trick choice pack. And then by completing the daily objectives, you will get some XP and also one wildcard collectible. And in that choice pack, you can pick one player. I personally would suggest you go and pick Logan Couture, because even at 82 overall, he's a usable card, 85 speed, also 83 face-off stats. And then you need 20 daily hat-trick collectibles to upgrade him to 83, to 84, to 85, and to 86. So the next tier opens next month, and again, we will need 20 daily hat-trick collectibles. So how it stands now, every month they're really adding new tiers, so by just playing the game every single day and earning that one collectible, you will be able to upgrade this card. If you're just starting out, at 83 you can use him in your team, and once you get better cards, you can just bench him. If we quickly go back to the X Factor moments, because you will receive a choice pack, I personally would recommend you go and pick Cole Caulfield, because he's a good right-handed winger, he's decent at speed, skating, shooting, at everything, and early in the game you need any card who can give you some kind of advantage, and Cole Caulfield can do that. Then we have these hot game breaker moments. You can complete them. I personally don't bother completing them, but again, just to give you a perspective, you will get a lot of coins, collectibles, and stuff like that, but you don't really get a lot of fodder, so I would probably not do this one first. Also, every Tuesday you will see new weekly hot moments. It takes you around 15 minutes to complete them all, because as you can see, it makes passes, get body checks, make perfect monties, and stuff like that. So you will get some packs. Those packs will not give you really anything. Most of the time you will just pull bronze players, so again, I would not prioritize these moments over everything else. Same thing goes about team of the week, but where I would put your focus is team building moments. You can see there are 62 moments in total, 116 stars you need to get, and by completing each moment you will get team building Islanders or whatever team you're playing against pack. That pack contains one player from that team, and it's basically a free 77 overall card. You can use them for team builder sets, but again, I would probably not recommend them early in the game because they're quite expensive. I would use all these cards to focus on X Factors, because let's say if you manage to make one X Factor captain, I would recommend you pick Nikita Kucherov, because he's already at 89 overall and he will massively help your team. But if any other captains are your favorite players, always choose them. I picked Fox as my first captain, even considering he's the worst one probably, just because I'm a Rangers fan. So by completing every single moment you currently have available, including all these event moments as well, I'm not talking about the packs, and let's say if you're lucky and you pull a silver card just where you can get a guaranteed 75 and above player, you will end up with 165 cards to use for your X Factors, or hologram icons if you choose to do them first. The next thing I would recommend, because you don't earn XP while playing moments, you really need to get something from that XP pad. You will not be able to complete it, I probably would say, because there's really not enough time left. But again, if you're grinding the game in out, or you're good at the game and you can play superstar squad battles in 4-minute period and just farm the XP, that's a different story. But focus on the week 1, 2, 3, and 4 XP season 2 objectives. The reason why is because you can complete all of them and get yourself quite a lot of XP, and that would massively help you if you really want to get that XP path completed. And by completing all 4 week XP objectives, you will earn 45 from each week, so that's a lot of XP. At the beginning you really don't need a lot of XP, so you probably by just completing all of them will get to around tier 20 even without actually playing the game, and that's a huge advantage. You will get a lot of fodder, a lot of collectibles, and then keep an eye, there's like a lot of collectibles on this XP path. After you need to get these collectibles and head over to the XP set. You can see there is a lot of sets to choose from, and a lot of people are asking which one is the best. I personally go with 82 plus, and I think early in the game 82 plus will help you massively. You can pull someone like 85 overall, or I don't know, even MSPs out of these packs. So even at 82 or 83, 84 will make your team early in the game, so I probably would recommend you use 8 collectibles for this set. Another thing, one of the first packs on the XP path is this 83 overall XP player choice pack. So this is an 83 overall player which you can upgrade all the way to the 88 by just using these XP tokens, and XP tokens again can be earned on the XP pad, so it's very important you focus on objectives, at least for the XP. The next thing I would recommend you go to the wildcard. Once you're done with your moments and let's say objectives from squad battles, you head over to wildcard, just because you don't really need a good team. You are drafting the team and then complete all of this. And by completing the wildcard you can play online or offline, you get XP anyway, you also earn points by losing and winning, so it's in average it takes around 3 hours to get it done if you play online, I think around 4 if you play offline. You will end up with 15 collectibles which after you can use to make yourself some players, but you also will get yourself an 85 overall card straight away to put in your team. Once you get yourself that 85 overall card, put him in your lineup and complete some of the objectives, because by completing more objectives you will get yourself more rewards, including collectibles. And once you get yourself more collectibles, you can go and trade the collectibles in. For example, 30 collectibles straight away would give you an 87 overall card, but it's a B&D. So for people who don't know what B&D means, and if you are new to the game, B&D cannot be used in any sets. It's basically a card you can just use in your lineup, but that's all. Or you can trade in another 30 collectibles for, let's say, an 85 if you want to improve your team. And the 85s are needed to make one of the MSPs currently out, like Connor Bedard, Sam Reinhart, Chris Kreider, Nick Suzuki, and stuff like that. So it's very important you get that wildcard done first and then go and use that 85 overall player you get from there to complete some objectives. I cannot really show you any of the objectives because I have them all completed. I'm just a nerd. As you can see, there is loads of other objectives you need to complete, and the objectives are mostly like take slap shots, score goals, play games, and stuff like that. And the most easiest way to complete any of those objectives are just make yourself a team, go and play squad battles. I would suggest you play on semi-pro difficulty, 2-minute periods, because then it also counts as win games. And if you win 30 games, you get yourself a mega pack. And of course, that again comes from the objectives. So everything this year is around moments, objectives, and wildcard. I would also not recommend you go and play games online until your team is, I don't know, let's say not at least 85 overall, because everyone is already having stacked teams, even if they are no money spent players, just because they had a good advantage. As you can see, I have a lot of MSPs. I even managed to do the Connor McDavid, Nikita Kucherov, also some team builders. So you don't really want to use your 82 overall team against teams like this. But now let's assume you're done with your moments, you're done with your wildcard, you're done with some of the objectives. Your team should be really good. I think you even would be able to make 1 or 2 MSPs. But if you did completed all the moments and all the objectives and stuff like that, you probably have a lot of 75 and above silver cards. And you're thinking, where do I use them? So which cards from each set do I recommend to chase? As you can see, we have Series 1 collection for X Factors, and Series 2 is probably dropping today. We also have PWHL. PWHL is the cheapest X Factors, and to be honest, those cards are good. It's up to you if you want to go and make them. I'm not like saying you have to. I'm just saying that if you want a good card, they will be cheaper than the men's X Factors. And if you look at, like, let's say 88 overall Taylor Hazy, she's a really usable card. But my suggestion would be, if you're asking is Connor McDavid actually worth grinding, he's the best card in the game and he will stay the best card in the game. And what makes these cards really good is because they're getting free abilities. So you can see wheels cost you 0 ability points, ankle breaker also costs you 0 ability points. Yes, you do need to upgrade, but not a lot of people are talking this year about how cheap actually it is to upgrade. When I was watching my old videos where I was actually going through all these cards, the last tier from 98 to 99 will only cost you 8 tokens, and that's basically 880 overall cards, and that's very cheap compared to prior years. From the captains, I probably would recommend you go with Nikita Kucherov first, as far as you're not a Maple Leafs fan, because then you're obviously going for Willie Nylander. Regards to defense, Adam Fox and Miro Heiskanen both are okay. Both are at 86 overall, but I probably would go with Miro Heiskanen just because he's bigger. Just keep in mind that there are 2 hologram icon sets, vintage and modern. So for example, Wayne Gretzky will be in the vintage, where Matt Sandin will be in the modern. And that would be exactly my pick if you want to go and, let's say, collect those cards. Even at 87 overall, yes, his speed is not great, but he has free zonability, quick draw. It will win you a lot of faceoffs, and as we progress during the game cycle, this card will be the best center in a game. If you're looking for defense, I probably would say Nicklas Lindstrom is a really good player as well. If you're looking for someone like with a lot of speed, then no need to say, then Bobby Orr will be your pick, just because even at 87 overall, he already have 91 speed, and that speed will just keep going up every single time he gets an upgrade. But yeah, there is a lot of good cards. Eventually they all will hit 99, and they all will be at 99 everything except the endurance, because they really hate upgrading that ability. Also, the last thing to say, if you're pulling, let's say, 75 and above overall cards and they are tradable, just sell them. People need them for sets. 10 cards in your collection will not make a difference, but those coins will, because auction houses is the lowest it ever was. You probably would be able to sell, I don't know, let's say 10, 15, 75 plus overall card and almost buy yourself 185 overall cards. So you just keep that in mind when you see those tradable rewards. And yes, there are quite a lot of tradable rewards. If you trade in the collectibles, that's a tradable reward, so you can sell that 82 plus card. Also, all these random 83 overall cards are tradable. Like, every pack on this XP pad is tradable, every pack from the objectives is tradable, so you will earn a lot of good cards, and just don't sit on them. As far as the card is not making your team, just go and sell it, make coins, and just buy the player you want. So yes, that's the hut in NHL 25. I don't really like that everything comes from moments, because moments don't give you XP. You do have to spend a lot of time grinding moments if you want that free fodder, but unfortunately, if you are doing that, you are not progressing on the XP pad. So what I usually tend to do is I try to grind my dailies, my objectives, and everything first, and then once I'm done, I'm just going and playing moments, because then really I'm not losing out or feeling that I'm behind, if you know what I mean. So yeah, let me know down in the comment sections below. What do you think about NHL 24 this year? How rewarding it is? And do you actually think that EA is giving us enough fodder to make any of the X Factors or hologram icons? I hope you find this video helpful today, and have a good one. See you on the ice.